Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Kumpulan kami ingin membentangkan tentang Information Security Policy. Nama saya Nur Afin Awatif binti Azman. Nombor kad matrik saya ialah 01 DDT 19F1153.
Nama saya Nur Hezin Camelia binti Kamarudin. Nombor matrik saya 01 DDT 19F1180.
Nama saya Tanusha, anak perempuan binti Ravindran. Nombor matrik saya 01 DDT 19F1077.
Saya Fakira binti Azhar, nombor matrik 01 DDT 19F1242.
Table of content, kita ada summary statement, objective, policy, scope, information handling outside of the office. Yang keenam, mobile and remote computing. Yang ketujuh, malware protection. Yang ke-8, physical equipment. Untuk summary statement, the policy set for the company requirements for protecting information assets consistent with the expectations and plan of the company and in consideration of company ABS requirements. In addition, this policy describes the principle of information and communication technology business focused approach to delivering consistent, quality and timely ICT service to user. The company's information security will be undertaken in a manner to manage risk to the company, ensuring compliance with applicable law and the company policies, standard procedure and guidelines. Untuk objektif, the objective of this policy are to the first, define the principle and requirements of acceptable use and describe how this will be implemented across the company. Second, create a framework such that user is aware of the company expectations and requirements for acceptable use of information assets and each user role in protecting the security and integrity of the same. Yang ketiga, create a framework where the company, which each user corporation is able to protect the computing environment, effectively manage the risk of unauthorized access and protect the company business and reputation. Yang terakhir, communicate to ICT employees the company's expectation for delivery of consistently high quality ICT service on business need. Yang seterusnya, policy. This policy aims to help you make the best use of computer resource as well as reduce the cyber security risk that occur to a company's security system. You should know and understand the following. First, you are individually responsible for protecting the equipment, software and information in your hand which has been entrusted by the CEO of the company based on security policies. Second, identify which data is not public, which include company, confidential data, customer data and personal data. Yang ketiga, use available resource for the benefit of ABS company. Protect equipment from loss and thief. You can only store company data on encrypted device. Dan kelima, do not close or uninstall your virus or firewall scanning software. Yang terakhir, be sure to first check for virus from USB atau CD and other media brought to Word. Untuk scope, this policy applies to users of the company information assets and computing environment. Untuk information handling outside of the office, for information handling, sensitive DLM information can only be removed from the office based on specified requirements such as to attend meetings and also shall not be taken in the form of copies for forward at home. If required, please contact the Assembly IT Manager for more information. Yang seterusnya saya akan memberikan kepada kawan saya, iaitu Shakira.
Okay, saya akan membentangkan tentang mobile and remote computing. Okay, mobile and remote computing is essential flexible learning and working practice. This policy is to ensure that the security of the data and security policy for company ABX information research are maintained in mobile and remote working situations. Okay. Seterusnya adalah mobile device security policy. Every mobile device that can access information from ABX company should be configured in accordance with the requirement described in detail in a specific policy called ABX Company Mobile Device Policy. All ABX company employees must read this policy and comply with it immediately. If there is a loss of mobile device or unauthorized access to the mobile device, the user should contact our consultant and begin the security incident management procedure. Okay. After this, remote access and electronic communication policy. Frequent user will seek to access the group information system for outside an office. For example, travel consultants and employees working in troubleshooting for us. Online communication from within the ABX company office to outside can only use the communication channel launched by ABX company. The use of personal internet connection or connection device that use personal modem, data and mobile hotspot connection, remote access connection, personal VPN and so on is strictly prohibited. Seterusnya adalah username. Username should be unique and unchanged for person. Each person should normally have a unique username which they can keep for their entire life. Okay. Sebenarnya kan, username ni adalah satu yang mudah. Satu nama yang unik yang diri sendiri boleh hafal dan ingat. Seterusnya memudahkan kita untuk masuk dalam sebuah network. Okay. Every user must be assigned the unique user account ataupun user ID and password for access to company ABX system. Shared or group user IDs are prohibited for user level access. System and application must authenticate using password and or token entry. And then password policy. Password shall not be displayed or sent in plain text as they pose a risk of losing data on a system. The passwords are accurately protected through approved cryptographic Solution. Password must be stored in encrypted format. Password history should be have a proven password use. Password management. Okay. For password management, sebenarnya password ni management adalah peraturan-peraturan password. Contohnya untuk kita buat password, dia untuk satu password yang kuat, dia perlu melebihi 8 hingga 12 patah perkataan. Itu adalah satu password yang kuat lah. Lagi selain tu, untuk mengekalkan password yang kuat tu, kena ada bermacam karakter. Tak semestinya huruf saja, dia perlu masukkan simbol, boleh masukkan huruf besar, huruf kecil, itu semua dikira. Jika nak lagi panjang password tu, lagi selamat satu account tu. Okay. Seterusnya, password or PIN code or mobile device that access company ABX research must be kept private. Dan akhir sekali, do not use family name, friend or partner, birthday, date and phone number are the first thing to try when guessing your password. Maksudnya jangan guna nama, sebab orang semua dah tahu nama kita. Guna selain nama. Kalau boleh tak ada kena dengan hidup kita. Seterusnya saya akan serahkan slide ini kepada Tanusha untuk membentangkan.
Okay, malware protection policy. This process must be carried out to ensure that malicious software do not enter the security environment of the group. These include periodic anti-malware updates, scheduled malware scans, and monitoring of malware-related incidents, which are detailed in the ABX IT Security Policy Monitoring Policy. Policy malware ini mesti digunakan untuk menghalang malicious software untuk tidak enter kepada IT environment company itu. Seterusnya, access control. Access control is a fundamental component of data security that indicate who's allowed to access and use company information and resource. Through authentication and authorization, access control policies make sure users are who they say they are and that they have appropriate accesses to company data. Access control can be applied to limit physical access to campuses, buildings, rooms, and data centers. Access control ni adalah komponen asas untuk data security yang menentukan siapa dibenarkan untuk mengakses dan menggunakan information company tersebut. User registration, approving and or physically giving access rights to user. Maksudnya memberikan akses kepada user. User access rights are subject to periodic reviews. Inactive accounts must be configured to automatically disable after 90 days. Inactive account mesti dibatalkan selepas 90 hari. Logging security event monitoring is a process that organization perform by examining electronics audit logs for indication that unauthorized security related activities have been attempted or performed on a system or application that processes, transmits or stores confidential information. When proper designed and implemented system, event logging and monitoring assist organization to determine what has been recorded on the system for following up investigation if necessary remediation. So logging ini digunakan untuk monitor all events in one place and save time. Backup recovery. Request for stored data must be approved by an authorized person nominated by the CEO. Seterusnya, saya pass kepada kawan saya iaitu Hazrin.
Okay, physical equipment, physical security policy. Physical security is often overlooked and is important underestimate in favor of more technical threats such as hacking, malware, and cyberphoning. However, branches of physical security can be carried out with brute force and little or no technical knowledge on the part of an attacker. Access to every office, computer room and other work areas that contain sensitive information must be physically restricted to those who need to know. Every user must ensure that no important information asset will be left on the table unattended, especially during non-working hours. Okay. All entry points to IT facilities should be controlled with electronic access control machine. Second, appropriate environmental control such as air conditioner and fire suppression system should be in place. Okay. First point, build access control. The policy and procedure content have been developed to ensure the safety and security of worker and building. Safety and security of physical space is a shared responsibility of all employees. To meet this obligation, the company has established the provision of the building access control policy to address the design, administration, and management of access control system and to ensure its integrity. Access control system determine who is allowed to enter or exit, where they are allowed to exit or enter, and when they are allowed to exit or enter. Historically, is partially accomplished through key and lock. First example, build access control. Card access systems are used to manage the entry and exit of employees, tenants, and visitors to your building. Each individual has their own card with authorized area can be accessed in printed in the card. Maksud dia, kalau nak masuk company satu punya building, so diorang kena ada access card. Access card system tu akan membenarkan orang yang tertentu je masuk. Kalau yang ada card tu je yang boleh masuk. Second, alarm system can be installed to alert security personnel when unauthorized access is attempt. Alarm system work in tandem with physical barrier, mechanical system and security guard, serving to trigger a response when this other form of security has been breached. Maksudnya alarm sistem ni dia akan berbunyi kalau ada orang yang tak dikenali ataupun orang yang bukan sepatutnya masuk ke dalam kawasan. The next, CCTV. Closed circuit television. Closed circuit television or surveillance system anti-light camera and record equipment to provide visual protection. Camera can be fixed lens, not movable, or zoom lens adjustable. Okay, CCTV ni dia boleh record orang yang keluar masuk dalam company tu, dia boleh record. So kalau katakan ada kecurian, so dia boleh tahu siapa yang masuk ke dalam tempat tu. Boleh tengok, boleh zoom muka orang yang masuk. Next. Okay. Computer and network equipment. A secure network is very important for the safety of our company. Okay. External facing network should be wall to appropriate level change physical and logical network. Charge can only be made by approved user. Network should be separate based on geographical basic and or business control appropriate control should be done on network interface service 1. Service can only obtain approved vendor. Okay. First example, network and computer security. Door security. Hacker can use any insecure computer that's connected to network to access or delete information that important to your business. Equip computer that must remain in open areas, sometimes out of view. Employee with smart card or biometric. Okay, thank you. That's all.